Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and then banging the bell, so that way you won't miss a single thing. I put out business and personal success tips and relationship tips regularly here on this main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. But also make sure you go below in the description and subscribe to my live streaming channel, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, the most positive place on the internet. Now today I wanted to discuss keeping it positive but being real and realistic at the same time, and there is a difference. Now I'm out door dashing right now and also taking Uber Eats orders, so if you hear a sound in the background, I may have to take an order or decline an order, and if I have to splice this up, then you get the drill. You know how it goes, right? I'm recording while working at the same time, doing the YouTube thing while working the side hustle at the same time. Many of us do that, right? But I am the type of person that, while I try to be as positive as possible because I believe in positivity and I believe you only get back what you put out, right? You got to keep it real at the same time. And I've been talking a lot about my DoorDash experiences lately and Uber Eats experiences doing the food delivery thing. And it hasn't been all that positive. I mean, I'm trying to keep it positive, but it hasn't been all that positive, because of these lowball offers these companies have been offering, especially DoorDash. No disrespect, it's just the truth. And all the games they play to try to get new drivers, especially that are not understanding the system, to take these lowball offers, right? I'm still getting lowball offers. I got an offer earlier today to go, I think it was 14 miles for like $13 or something. 14 miles for $13, a 28-mile round trip. I'm going to lose money on that, wear and tear on my car, and it's going to take me an hour to do it. And here we go. I just got another one right here. 8 miles to go, 2 orders, it looks like. 3 orders. 3 orders to go 8 miles, $14.25. That's just not going to happen. I got to decline that. Wow, are you kidding me? The order is too small. I'm just going to put that. Wow, what a shame. What a shame. I'm just going to pause. Anytime I get these, I'm near a Dash Mart, which is a mini supermarket owned by DoorDash. You can't go in there as a customer. The customers place orders, and then the Dash Mart employees, they pack it up in nice, thick, sturdy, recyclable bags, brown bags, and then they staple it, and then us Dashers go and pick it up. But anytime I get a Dash Mart order, and because there's only one Dash Mart for a 15-mile radius, you get these long-distance Dash Mart orders, and these customers are not tipping. So it's just not worth taking these orders. And anytime I get one of these Dash Mart orders, I typically get 2 or 3 in a row, and I just can't keep declining these orders, and possibly getting bumped off of DoorDash. It's like I don't know who would be dumb enough to take these orders. 14 miles for 8 miles for $14. It's just not worth it. And the one I just took right now, or I didn't take it actually, the one I declined, let me get to it here. 3 orders. Okay, so 3 orders, 3 different orders for to go 8 miles, $14.25. This would literally take me an hour to do all of this. And I don't work for $14.25 an hour. I don't. I work for $30+ an hour. This is just not worth it to me. Okay? Now, I mentioned this because there are several content creators out here on YouTube that have been creating content that I believe is due to a sponsorship by DoorDash or Uber Eats or both, right? And I've seen many videos from other creators calling these channels out that are creating this content in the gig economy space for being shills and for basically what's the best way to put it? You know, they're just not being honest. They're being shills for the company, and they're not being honest with the gig economy space regarding what is going on, right? Some of you may think that this is negative content. You can look at it that way if you want to, or you can say, hey, look, it's not that, you know, us people that are calling out these shills are trying to be negative. It's just that it's not helping out the drivers, okay? These content creators that are shilling and creating their content in the way that DoorDash and Uber Eats wants them to create it, they're getting paid to do that. They have some incentive to do that, and more than likely, they're either not driving at all anymore, or they're driving very little just to make it appear like they're driving, but they're getting paid by DoorDash to use their channel and to try to get more drivers on, and to try to get them to accept these lowball offers, and to, you know, fall for these programs where on DoorDash, if you accept more, you're going to earn more. So if you accept all the crappy lowball offers, you're going to earn more money, because if your acceptance rate is higher, you'll have first priority or priority access to higher paying orders. And it's a bunch of crap. I've had a high acceptance rate and a lower acceptance rate, and the type of orders I've been getting have not changed. Now, lately, it's a slow time of the year, and the orders have just been crap for everyone. But in my opinion, acceptance rate doesn't matter. Now, these channels that are, you know, shilling for DoorDash and getting paid a sponsorship by DoorDash are coming out and flat out lying to people like you and I, and saying that your acceptance rate does matter, and you should accept all orders, and, you know, you should look into these extra peak pay opportunities, and blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. But these channels never talk about the negative aspects of it. They never talk about what a Dasher truly goes through, what an Uber Eats delivery driver, you know, food delivery driver goes through, right? So, you know, how do you keep it positive, but also be realistic at the same time? It's a very hard thing to balance and to accept and to understand. And here's my thing. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to keep this pretty short. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and let me resume my dash right now, and hopefully I don't get another crappy, you know, long distance Dash Mart order for less than $1 a mile. I mean, Jesus Christ, right? Look, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you only get back what you put out. Let me say this one more time. You only get back what you put out, right? So if you radiate negativity out into the universe, you're going to get negativity back, right? But if you put out positivity, even if you're experiencing some negative things, even the most positive people that put out positive energy, we're going to get negative aspects as well too. But if we keep it positive, eventually it'll turn around, and that positivity will bring us good things back. But if we sink into that negative, you know, attitude when things are down, it's never going to turn around, right? It's just never going to turn around. And I will say this, you know, I've been doing the YouTube thing as a coach here for over 6 years. And I'll tell you this, for the first, I would say, first maybe 3 years more so, but even for the first maybe up to 5 years, I used to somewhat or completely care about what other people thought about me out here on YouTube. I used to care about what the trolls and haters would say. There have been many people on this platform that have abused my content. They've abused the copyright system. They've used a lot of my content. People still do it to this day. And I've just decided to not let it get to me. I've just decided to say, hey, if they want to use my content, use my content. I'm not going to file copyrights. I'm not going to let it get to me. But I let it get to me for 5+ years. More so the first 3 years. I got better the last couple of years. But now, after 6 years of doing this, it doesn't bother me anymore. And I'm noticing my results are turning around for the better. And I'm sitting here and thinking and saying to myself, if I only handled things 5-6 years ago when I started doing this the way I'm handling them now, I would have made a lot more money. I would have been a lot happier. I would have been a lot further ahead, right? So what I'm trying to share with you folks is this. You're going to have waves of bad days and waves of not making much money, especially if you work a side hustle. But then you're going to have great days as well, too. When you have those bad days or those bad moments, sit there and just, before you react or respond, just sit there and ask yourself, is it worth it? And how's it going to affect me if I react versus if I don't react? How much more productive is it going to be if I don't react and just let people talk shit about me? Let people talk shit about you, right? Right? If I get bad orders on DoorDash and Uber Eats one day, should I sit there and complain? Should I sit there and let it get to me? Or should I just say, hey, you know what? It was just a bad day. It was just a day where there were miserable, clown, unhappy customers that just weren't tipping. Or maybe there were too many drivers on the road. It was overly saturated. It just wasn't meant to be that day. That doesn't mean it's going to be like that tomorrow. Okay? If I sit there and say, look, today didn't work out, let's come back tomorrow and see what happens. And sometimes you may have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days in a row where it's not good, but it will eventually turn around. It may take a week or 2 to turn around. You may have to take a week off and do something else. But if you keep it positive and you have a positive outlook and mindset, it will eventually turn around. If you stay stuck in that negative frame of mind and mindset, and you let people get to you, and you let the offers you're getting on DoorDash and Uber Eats get to you, then you're basically putting yourself out of business. Keep a positive attitude. Be real at the same time. Don't be a shill. Don't sit there and say things that aren't true. Now, these people that are making these kind of videos are getting paid by DoorDash and are getting paid by Uber Eats. They've sold out. And let's be real. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but they've sold out to DoorDash and Uber Eats, and they are just people that are there to make a paycheck any way they can. Okay? I more so respect people that grind. If you're an independent contractor, right? If you're an independent contractor and you sell out to DoorDash or Uber Eats, and you start getting paid for them or by them to create content on your channel, you've sold out. You're no longer an independent contractor. You are now an employee. You're there, in my opinion, you're an employee for them, right? Right? And that's something that I can't respect that, okay? I can't respect that, okay? But again, you know what? Keep it positive, but be real at the same time. That's how I am. And unfortunately, sometimes keeping it real, I may end up saying things that some people don't want to hear, right? But it doesn't mean I'm trying to be negative. I'm just being honest with you. And that's when I'm wrapping this video here today. Another video is coming to this channel soon. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications here on my main channel, Coach Eli 2, and also make sure you go below in the description and subscribe to my live streaming channel, Coach Eli 2. Authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. I do many different types of live streams there every now and then when I get a chance. I'll do them on DoorDash and Uber Eats at times and other business topics. Other times I'll talk about male and female relationship dynamics. And I talk about, topics such as happy wife, happy life, or happy girlfriend, happy life, etc., and how to balance your work and personal life. And I share my tips and tricks of being an entrepreneur for over 15 years, and also working in the corporate world and doing that thing in retail management, retail corporate. Before that, for almost 18 years, and I'm 49 years old. I've had several relationships, and I understand the modern world regarding business and personal aspects such as dating and marriage. So keep it locked here. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.